Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening or watching the My Comic Book Journey podcast. And this is probably the first time I'm actually going to review a digital comic. It's one actually I just got recently. So, one of the reasons why people are like, wait a minute, why are you doing a digital one? Why not a floppy? Well, or a trade paperback? Well, the reason being is that, first of all, I have way too many comic books, regular comic books. Um, if you ask me how many boxes do I have in terms of comic boxes, probably close to maybe 50 or 60. So that probably tells you, well, I have probably, maybe close to 30,000 comic books. So it's there's a lot. I have a lot, and it's just a lot. That's all I want to say. So my feeling is that I really do not want to add any more to what I have, because that's the reasons why I'm doing this. My comic book journey podcast is to read a lot of the comic books I have, and also it gives me a chance to actually organize things as well. Because one of the main things I'm trying to do is eliminate a lot of those cardboard acid-free boxes that I got in the past. Nothing wrong. Well, I don't want to say nothing wrong. It's just that I notice that over time they tend to lose its strength and they start to break apart. And that's one of the reasons why I like to go with the more sturdier options now. They make either cloth-based ones that are really durable, or the more plastic, or not plastic, but I forgot what it's actually called, not polyurethane, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, it's something that's very durable, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, and because I have noticed, one of the things I've noticed is that over time, some of the cardboard boxes are starting to give away. And one time I picked up one, and geez, it's like it all was torn off, and all the comics were falling out. And I'm like, geez, I'm getting tired of this, and I had to look for another solution. But in terms of digital, again, I have no problem with the digital comic book component, and that's okay. Here's one of the reasons why. Number one, before trade paperbacks and omnibus, people probably don't. Well, some people may remember, but remember that Marvel used to release comic books, like the whole comic book collection, via DVD. So that was my first exposure to comics digitally. The next one is that as I was buying the comic books in large quantities from comic book shops who wanted to offload to give more shelf space, one of the deals I got was deals on newer comic books. And when I was doing that at the time of Marvel DC, and I don't even know if they do it anymore, but they had these sticker labels where you would input the codes, and sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. They were never perfect, but for the most part I was adding them before, because I noticed that they were expiring. I'm like, oh crap. So I entered them, and on the Marvel site and on the DC site, and they've been, I think Marvel and DC tend to go now with Comixology now, I think. So you could find all your comic books there. And so it made it a lot easier, for me to read things on my phone or my tablet or my computer. And again, I have no problems with it, but for me, again, I tend to prefer having the floppy comic book, just laying down and just reading it that way. Because some people are like, well, do you collect omnibus? And I do have omnibus, but it's not convenient to lay down and read. They're so damn heavy, and you have to have a table. Really, a table. You just have to sit down or sit, because even on the couch, you just can't just hold it on your lap or anything. Those things are so darn heavy. I guess you could hold it in your lap, but it's just not convenient. You just need, I don't know. Those things you just want to set down because due to how heavy they are, and you don't want to mess up any of the pages, so you just want to be safe with those. But yeah, I'm not opposed to digital. It's just that with this one, Predator versus Wolverine, I think if anything, I know that it was being sold for around 20 or so, or $16 on Amazon and $18 to $20 on eBay. And then when I went to Amazon, I said, oh, wait a minute, $6? You know what? That's a big savings, and it's only 4 comic books long, so I decided, okay, let's go ahead and do this. So this one is Predator versus Wolverine from Percy, Lashley, DeVito, and Sherman. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move to the towards the end of the book. Not that one. Let's go around here, because I believe this one shows the cover and everything. Nope. Oop. Hold on. I forgot how these things were laid out. There we go. I don't want to spoil anyone, so I'm trying to be careful what pages I show people. Okay, these are the covers that I'm cool with showing. Let's see here. Can I get it? There you go. Some of those awesome covers right there you could see. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this comic book. So there's a lot of artists involved, but how should I start this? Okay. Predator versus Wolverine. So this one began way back when Logan was younger, and he first encountered a young Predator, and they both faced off, and suffice to say, that battle has led the Predator to come back multiple times through Wolverine's history in wanting to get to see who is the victor, Wolverine or it. And you gotta really read it. There's so many moments in time of Wolverine's history, when he was just a regular young mutant with the bone-like claws, to Weapon X, when he had adamantium laced on his body, to when he was a member of a team with Weapon X, with Maverick and Sabretooth, to when he was, with the X-Men, and to the present. There's just a lot of moments where the Predator is really relentless in doing whatever it can to find Wolverine, to fight. And suffice to say, each time he came back, he learned something from Wolverine's with his battle with Wolverine in the past that made him stronger, sharper, and had more weapons to his disposal. So it was a battle of ages. And I've read Batman vs. Predator, and that one was very good. That was very good. And if you have me compare which one's better between the two, I think they're both good in their own way. It's just, I think what I liked about Wolverine is that they really went so far to show how Wolverine's healing, how quickly he heals, became a major proponent in his battle with the Predator. And I'll just leave it at that, because let's say that, again, with today's comic books able to show a lot more, you get to see Logan or Wolverine with his body, chunks of his body gone, head exposed. It's a violent comic book, don't get me wrong. He's messed up. But the thing is, again, that's the key word is his healing factor. Keywords, I guess you could say. And, you know, he's not the only one that can heal himself. The Predator can as well. So it is a major battle that is just definitely worth reading. You know, at first I was thinking about how Batman versus, with Batman versus the Predator and Batman being the hunted, but Batman having to be smart and finding ways how he can outsmart and fight the Predator. But this one, it's the other way around. It's more a Predator trying to find out what ways he can really, try to beat Wolverine. And each time it gets worse and worse for the Wolverine. And man, I can tell you, Logan definitely has his hands tied, because he gets messed up quite a bit. And I think what's interesting, there's so much I want to say, but I'll just leave it. I'll leave it at that. Because it's damn good. It's definitely damn good. And this one, I believe it was released, 2021 or so? So, around the pandemic time. So, I don't know. All I can say is that the trade paperback is definitely a worthy collection. Definitely great if you can find the comic books, especially if you can get all four. There's so many alternate covers, so if you're trying to get all covers, that's it'll be way too hard. There's so many variants these days. Jeez, I was like looking at this. How many variants do they do for comic books, man? Back then, you had maybe 2, 3, or 4, but now it's just like, let's see, hold on. Nope. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at issue 1. There's already what? 7 covers. 2, 1, 2, 3. So 3 for that. Issue 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 for that. And 4, 1, 2. Well, there's so many. But anyway, yeah, I have to say that this was definitely an awesome trade paperback. Again, if you do get it digitally, it's a lot cheaper. Get and guess here it says by Benjamin Percy, Andrea, Vito, Greg Land, Ken Lashley, Hayden Sherman, Kay Zama, Gavin Guidry, Jay Lyston, Frank Darmada, Juan Fernandez, Alex Gomarax, and Matthew Wilson. I am not sure who written it. It's just a lot of names. Do they even do that anymore? Where they show you who's writing the comic book? I don't know, but again, this is the violent one, so this is definitely not for kids, but it's definitely a really, really action-packed, violent, bloody, but also damn well written, great story, great action. I was really captivated by it, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, definitely check it out. Again, I don't want to compare Predator, Batman versus Predator and Predator versus Wolverine. Both are great in their own ways, but this one really captures the violence and the battle in action really well. Okay, everyone, you take care, and I'll see you later. Wink, wink, and